The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
It's a cold night as our two heroes continue to trudge through the cold snow, falling from the sky, slowly rising, first at their ankles and their shins, now at their knees. Our two heroes, Ralph and Kyle, freezing in the middle of the night, the moon shining ever so bright at the top. Hello everyone, I'm your host, Anirudh himself, and I am your PM, your DM, and your GM of this podcast, Not a Scratch. I'm here with my two heroes, my two friends, and yet the two people that probably hate me the most right now. Would you like to introduce yourself?
No, I'm good.
Hi, I'm Mansour.
Hello. Welcome to Not a Scratch. This is the beginning of a new arc, a new journey for us. But to learn more about how we go forward, we must look back. Would each of you like to give a sort of summary of your entire journey such far on this treacherous adventure?
Alright, I'll give a brief summary. So, especially if there are people who are just tuning in to the podcast, and this is the first episode they're listening to. Basically, Ralph was your average, go-lucky, 10-year-old Machop. Very happy, loves baseball caps, loves video games, loves punching things. One day, he goes to school, and there's guild tryouts. He goes there, meets Kyle, who is played by Muhammad. And then from those guild tryouts, they find out that they've been selected to be part of the secret guild called Recruits of the Lost. And these Recruits of the Lost, they tell us that the world is going to end unless we find these 7 legendary items that are strewn about across the entirety of the world. That's basically it. And so in Arc 1, we found one of them, the Grass Coronet. In Arc 2, we found out that there's a lot more sinister things happening in the world. And when we confronted one of them, one of our encounters was very lucky, the other one, not so much. And that's where we ended Arc 2. And now we are in the middle of this icy, stranded nowhere. I think that's as quick a summary as I can give of the past however many episodes we've done.
Yeah, that's pretty good summary. So how has Ralph changed, I think? We want to give a summary of, for those of you that are just joining us, who is Ralph? And how is this little kid changed from when we started? It was technically like May 29th, May 30th-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
And now it's June 23rd, about to turn into June 24th. So in this 1 month, how have you changed?
Yeah. So in the beginning of Arc 0, Ralph was the most optimistic, most, happy, just everything's gonna be great, standard Ash Ketchum optimism, kind of stupid. That's just the way he is, right? And Arc 1, it pretty much didn't really change him that much. Yes, he did. Oh yeah, he also fell in love. So during Arc 1, things were still looking great. Arc 2, oh man. During Arc 2, a lot has happened. He's been framed for theft. His relationship with Kyle is very strained and a little tense right now, due to morally different choices. And there's just like, I think he's just overall a lot more scared and a lot more like, I think the weight of what's going on in this world is weighing down on him a little bit more. And he like wants to stay optimistic, but it's very hard to do that, especially because like he lost this power band that he really likes. And during Arc 2, he lost his baseball cap, which was signed by like his legendary heroes, and he lost it, but now he has it back. But at what cost? And he has no idea what's going on anymore. He also just feels like he just doesn't know anything about anything anymore. Like, I think it's truly setting in how stupid he is in his own mind. And he's like, I really don't know what's going on ever. And that's, like, upsetting him. So, he's getting more grizzled and jaded. That's the short answer.
His beard is growing.
Yeah. This 10-year-old beard.
All right. We've talked about Kyle for a while. Let's stop beating around the bush. Kyle, who are you and how have you changed from... I actually looked this up. So the first day of the first episode, first thing, Arc 0, Episode 0, that was May 27th. So it's now like the 23rd, 24th-ish in this month. How has Kyle changed?
Well, Kyle's had kind of interestingly, almost an opposite kind of arc so far from Ralph, in that Kyle at first wasn't even interested in the guild tryouts, joining a guild, whatnot. Kyle was just like, listen, I just want to live my life. He's very shy, very artsy kid, kept to himself at school and just went home, lived his life. Then he kind of got dragged into all this because Ralph needed a partner for the guild tryouts. And from there, everything changed. And we, like, over the past couple of arcs, we've seen Kyle grow more self-assured. He's kind of grown into the role of, all right, I am a member of this guild and it is my task to save the world. And he's almost kind of overcorrected to where he is now almost of a one-track mind. His entire focus is on the mission at hand. He knows the stakes. He knows that like he's feeling more and more confident of his capabilities. And he is tuning absolutely or almost everything else out and not tolerating anything from anyone, and is solely focused on his mission of saving the world.
At my expense.
At Ralph's expense at times.
Mainly at Ralph's expense at this point, yeah. That's a pretty good summary. I think for those of you that are listening to this right now, you'll be perfectly fine starting here, though obviously I would highly recommend checking out the other episodes because I like to think some of them are above average, bold claim, but some of them have good things in them. But if you listen to those, you have a general understanding of the characters at this point, and a lot of their connections have been severed because of the fact that they're in the middle of this Iceland, in the middle of nowhere that they just got into. So that about sums that up, yeah. So would either one of you like to give a more detailed summary of what happened in the last episode?
Oh boy, history streak, here I am.
Here we go. Okay, let's see if you can succeed.
So, last episode, we found Pearl, the Ampharos that we were looking for. Or rather, Kyle found her. I was just along for the ride. And after which, at that point, we are called... I don't remember if this is 2 episodes ago or if this is the finale, but either or. We're called into the psychic world of the Recruits of the Lost, where we see the parchment with all the legendary items. We do a little bit of thinking. This was 2 episodes ago. Anyway, we do a little bit of thinking about where some of these things could be, what some of these riddles could mean. And then we head out into the city of New Shimmer City, of which we're told that the Zoroark that we fought at the very beginning, or not very beginning, but sort of beginning-ish of Arc 2, is at the gates of the city. And so Kyle, Pearl, and I go out and basically deal with him, at which point we narrowly win. I fainted, however Kyle managed to get the finishing blow on the Zoroark, at which point the Zoroark kind of wakes up and seems like it's possessed by some other being.
It was.
What?
It was.
Yes, it was. Sorry. Well, Ralph is not really sure, because he's never sure about anything. But it looks like it's being possessed by some sort of being. This being starts speaking to us, this whole villain monologue. hurls some very personal insults at both of us, and then cuts my power band in half, throws us into this portal that takes us to the middle of icy nowhere. And that's kind of it. That's where Arc 2 left off.
Yep, not exactly the greatest leave-off moment. Plus, on top of that, there was a break between the last episode and this one. As of this recording, I don't know what went in there, but there was a break in between them. I know that. I don't remember if it was a Q&A. I say I don't remember, even though it's going to be a month and a half in the future. But there was a break in between, so I've left you guys on the cliffhanger even more. I've left you guys on the cliffhanger longer than these guys, so why don't we solve that? Would you like to begin Arc 3, ladies and gentlemen? Gentlemen, you two, y'all.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Splash.
Let us dive on in. Okay, guys, we dove. Time for some updates. What a shock, peoples. There are updates to the system. It's wild. It's crazy.
I'm
it's
scared.
not as dramatic.
Boy.
Actually, it's kind of dramatic for these two.
All right, lay it on me, Chief.
Okay, some of them are good. Some of them are eh. Some of them are you'll respect the balancing aspect of it. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Number 1. The whole 3 weeks for a stat to go up and down, that has decreased to 2. As a result, you both
thank you.
have officially accomplished that task.
Yay. My smart is now 0 as opposed to -1.
So, if you
wait.
guys would like to explain how jumping into an ice world has made you that much better at that stat, flavor it for us.
I need to double check to make sure I'm gonna be bumping the right stat up.
I believe it was tough for you.
I believe it was, but also
Yeah.
at some point I ended up rebalancing my stats, so now tough is gonna be my highest stat.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I can explain
That's-
how
yeah.
what happened last
So,
episode increased my smart.
Sure. So flavor yourself. Apparently, the shock of realizing that things aren't as calm and collected as they seem have turned Ralph from a slightly below average student in class to all of a sudden hyper analysis.
No, it's 0. His smart is average.
He's an average person.
I think honestly, it's kind of obvious. Just the whole villain monologue that happened last episode has sort of knocked Ralph down a couple of pegs and made him realize there's a lot happening in this world that you don't understand, but you should be more aware of it and more perceptive of it. And of course, more information sort of being revealed, right? The golden ring is sort of this symbol of evil, right? So he's sort of understanding what's happening and getting more information. Obviously, the parchment with all the riddles and of where all the legendary items are located also probably made him feel a little bit more intelligent and giving him a little bit more information. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good explanation as to why the smart's gone up.
Cool. And then Kyle, you're tough.
I think it's pretty clear. 2 weeks in the past, Kyle would have never been willing to scrap with anyone. And Kyle has become a lot less gun shy in the past couple weeks, and is coming into his own as a battler and a more confrontational person.
Kyle out here, put him up, let's go. Wait.
Nah, it's because back when we were at the Bronze Roses, he was hitting that gym, boy! Alright.
All those gym things.
He never skipped leg day.
Literally. So, let us see here. What else is there? So now it's 2 weeks when you're at a guild. That's more of in the future, because you guys are technically not at a guild, because you're, Iceland, all that sort of stuff. So we'll get you a new challenge type thing in the
The Boulder
future.
Show's gonna have no idea where we went. We just disappeared one day.
You just vamoosed, and then what? Okay. Another thing, I'm going out of order. I'm just going down my page. So let's see here. What is the next thing on this list? Effect rolls. This wasn't particularly clear, so I'm going to change it on my end, but make it more clear for those on the other end. If the move has an effect, that happens after everything damage-wise occurs. So it's a separate roll.
Wasn't it always a separate roll?
See, that's the confusing thing, because technically, the way that I had perceived it was you would roll for accuracy, and then your accuracy roll would also be your effect roll, but that makes it extremely complicated. So we're just going to have multiple rolls for everything. Effects happen after damage is calculated, but otherwise it's the same sort of concept.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how we've been doing it, but cool.
That is, I think I have been saying it differently. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's more on my end then.
Okay.
Let's see what is next. Seeds / throwing things in general.
Yes.
If it's
our favorite
if it's
mechanic.
not, so here we go. This is not going to be necessarily great for y'all throwers. For throwing items that don't have a specific thing. So some items have a specific dice roll associated with them. Most of the orbs do, for example. But for throwing seeds, or I have not specific throwing items. So if you want to chuck, I don't know, if you pick up a rock and throw it at them, if rock was an item in the game, those
pebble.
you have to roll. You have to roll a d20 and beat a 5.
Oh, so that's like
So
an
it's not-
accuracy thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So how good your aim is. It's not too bad because it's a thing. But if you throw the item and it misses, then it just flies past them. So you'll have to go pick it up afterwards. If you throw the item and it's breakable and it misses, then it'll just break outside. So
Right, it'll
that's the thing.
shatter.
Yep. So that's another
So
thing.
in the case of
Next-
like a blast seed, instead of getting a guaranteed D10 damage to a foe, you
So,
you have the
so here's-
option of using it, and it won't deal as much damage, but it's easier to hit.
Huh?
So no, blast seed is an example of something like, so edible items. If you're eating like a blast seed, then you would spit fire at something in front of you. So that is a guaranteed hit because you're not
Oh.
throwing the seed. So blast seed still
I
doesn't
would
have a
assume
blast
that you
seed
threw it
thing.
and it like exploded. Never mind. Carry on.
Now, blast seed is one of those, but like sleep seed, for example. A sleep seed, you typically throw the sleep seed at a foe to make it fall asleep. If you miss, sleep just flies off to the end. It doesn't activate or deactivate or anything. It's just behind them, and you missed it.
Gotcha.
Sad
That's just a
face.
misunderstanding on my part on how a blast seed works. I thought you just threw it and it went like boom, it deals damage.
Yeah, logically that would make sense. But there's a bunch of like throwable items. Anyway, that's regardless of that. Level up rules, we have changed it slightly. So when they level up, normally one of the defensive stats they could add a point to would be HP. We have cut that, so now these guys are slightly more bulkier. Mainly Ralph. I think Kyle was already not activating HP because we had sort of unofficially determined that to be the case a couple of like an arc ago. But we have now officially made that a thing, so that's a thing. Yes.
Yep.
I have changed a couple of the status things. It's not really important, mainly because we haven't dealt with too many status effects. A lot of them are just clarifying like how to get rid of them while in battle, because there were some status effects that would just like persist forever. So most of them have like a term limit at this point.
Nice.
The move effectiveness, I've changed slightly. So if it's quad effective, it does 2.5 times damage instead of 3.
No.
Again, not that big of a deal. That hasn't happened too much, but that is a thing.
It might have happened once, I think. I don't remember.
Maybe once, yeah.
Like once.
For people at home, this doesn't really matter too much for these guys, but for people at home, I have updated it officially, so now we are up to date with the actual main series games. Mainly this means Pokemon that were introduced in DLC, like Reggie Drago is now here. That's
There's a
one of the
Reggie
legendaries.
Drago?
Reggie Drago?
There is. It is a new Reggie, released in the Crown Tundra DLC, I think it was.
Reggie
Anyway,
gave
that's
us a
the
new
thing.
Reggie? Wow.
They
Way
did.
to go, Reggie.
Generation
So that is
G.
now in the system, which also means there are more legendaries in our world that we're just going to pretend like always existed. So if comments about new legendaries show up, I will just like.
What the heck is
not
Reggie
guys.
Lecky? Is that another Reggie?
That is.
Wait, there are more Reggies?
There are 2 more. So Drago
It's an
and
electric.
Leaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys aren't caught up nearly as much as I am, and I say that because I'm out of the 3 the one most invested in Pokemon. So.
I don't like this.
I don't like Reggie Lecky's design. It looks like a lemon. Doesn't look threatening at all.
I mean,
Um,
I'm just more of a Reggie Rock, Reggie Ice, Reggie Steel kind of guy.
So, included in that update are the new Pokemon, new abilities, new moves, which were there were a few. Let's see, what else is
We
there?
kind
I'm
of did that
evolving the
preemptively for Kyle when Trico finally got introduced to the Gen 8 games.
What was that?
We kind of did that preemptively for Kyle when Trico got added to the Sword and Shield DLC.
Yeah. So some of the move sets, for example, like Trico, that was done in advance or like in the past, but they're actual new moves that some Pokemon learned. I don't think it implies. I don't think you guys do, but it is a thing that exists.
I don't think we're close to it yet. What?
Yeah.
Have we figured out if evolution's gonna happen? If that's a thing?
You do not know if it's a thing.
Gotcha.
Okay. New abilities, I said that. I don't think anything else is there, which means I can get to the big one, which technically does not impact you guys now, but it will be problematic in the future. So, there is a new rule in regards to stats.
Okay.
So, in your stats, ignoring all temporary bonus or permanent bonus, so we are looking solely at post level up. At the post level up position, your highest stat cannot be more than 3 times your smallest stat.
Oh, okay. I'm right on the edge. Okay, cool.
Yes,
Kyle's
so that
stat
is
block is perfectly balanced. This doesn't affect him.
this
Ralph's
is
is not.
this is to stop Ralph from dumping everything in attack. That's mainly the reason why.
Bruh. Okay, yeah, that's very fair.
I love this because Ralph is never going to learn a special attack. It's never going to happen.
Whack. That's alright.
It's
I'll
not
put it into
too
speed,
bad.
I guess.
It's not too bad because if you put 1 into, for your case, like if you put 1 into special attack, that opens up 3 more spots for attack. So it's not
Oh,
too
wait,
bad.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But it is still a thing to limit you a little bit.
Yeah, that's very fair, actually.
Good
mechanic. I like.
I believe that is everything for now. There are probably going to be other updates in future episodes. Part of a very small benefit of you guys being isolated in game is that I can adjust things on the fly and it won't really make too much of a difference to everybody else.
Right.
But that's the thing. Anyway, I believe that is everything. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me now. If anyone at home has any questions, Twitter, Discord, all that stuff. Otherwise, we can jump into actual like story stuff.
So are you saying after we've dove on in, we have a chance to once again dive on in?
This is the second dive.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Does that mean we're going to need to do 2 outros?
If you guys would like to do 2 outros, I might double up.
They're
I'll
not
double up.
nested parentheses. We don't have to give an outro for every time we dive on in.
But,
No, what I'll
but
do is
if
I'll
we've
merge all
we've
our
never
outros
dove in
together.
twice before. This is uncharted territory.
We'll figure something out.
I'll repeat the outros at the end twice. How's that? I won't
Okay.
actually do that. That'd be terrible.
I
to
can
listen
live with that.
to. Okay. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we jump?
I'm ready to go.
I'm concerned. I'm afraid if Mansour sneezes again, I'll get sick.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I didn't sneeze today.
Did you not literally just sneeze?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard you sneeze.
No.
Well, I'm concerned. If Mansour sneezes, I'll get sick.
Oh, it might have been
Okay.
my brother who sneezed next to me.
Oh. If Mansour sneezes, I'll get sick.
After that engaging conversation, ladies and gentlemen, let us dive on in a second time. Hello, this is Anirudh, the GM, PM, DM of Not a Scratch, and it is good to be back. Thank you for listening to this episode, the first episode of Arc 3. As always, future episodes come out on Tuesdays, so be sure to follow us, subscribe, and do all those important things you ought to do when supporting a podcast. If you've enjoyed the episode and want to support us in any way, shape, or form that you can, the best way to do so is to share us with your friends. Share us with people that are interested in Arc 3. So far the story's been pretty interesting, but I'm curious to see where our characters will go from here. Also leave us a review on your podcasting platform. Reviews help to bring new people into our community, and also give us advice on what we can improve on in the future. You can also follow us on Twitter at NotAScratchCast, or email us as well at notascratchcast@gmail.com if you have any cool ideas to add to the podcast or just want to reach out to us. We also have a Discord for Not a Scratch and have a bunch of amazing people that have already joined. You can join to help build the Not a Scratch community. We want to thank GlitchX City for the song Mystery Dungeon Time Gear Remix, and we also want to thank Tabletop Audio for the songs Russian Winter, Frozen Wastes, Sea of Moving Ice, Ice Cavern, and Sunken Treasure. Thanks again for listening. There's no promo for this episode, but if you're interested in having a promo on the show for your podcast, we'd love to help. All you have to do is send us an email or contact us on Twitter, and we'd be happy to discuss more. One last thing before we head into the episode, we at Not a Scratch have a Patreon where you can get amazing extra benefits regarding the show and its future, including early access to episodes, special behind-the-scenes looks at what goes into the game, special newsletters from the Alcast region, and more. You'll also be recognized during the show. Thanks to our guild interns Ginny, Harper, and Fuego for supporting us. For more information, check out the links in the episode description, or contact us wherever we've mentioned before. Now, without further ado, back to the episode. Splash. Great. Here we are. Here's what I'm going to do, actually. You know how Wednesday, June 24th is a thing?
Yeah.
Are we changing the day of the week?
We're canceling it. June 24th just happened. Bang. Let's go. 1 day off. It's now the end of June 24th. It's a Thursday. Let's do this. I think it's a Thursday. I'm assuming it's a Thursday. Anyway, so it's June 24th. It's a thing. Hey, Kyle, egg check. Let's go.
1D speed coming right up. And I got it too.
Bang. Y'all are so chilly that the egg doesn't even like it. So
That makes a lot of biological sense, yeah.
it does, but also, like, terrifying. Anyway, it is now June 24th. We're going to ignore the belly aspect of things, so I'm going to zoom through this. You guys have traveled, and here you are. You see, guess what you see? Take a wild guess.
Ice.
Bang.
Snow, but not that snow.
Also, yes.
Not the snow that makes Ralph happy.
Does Ralph not like snow?
Like...
Actual snow.
I hope
Like,
he does.
Do you like ice snow?
Oh.
Or are you
I was trying to catch him in a trap, okay? Come on.
No, I mean, I don't think he... he has like a New Yorker's, sort of aspect of snow. He's like, oh, it's very pretty and very nice. But then if there's too much of it, he's like, ugh.
You also see one more thing at this point. Behind you, you see an extremely large ocean.
Oh.
That's about it. It's snow, ice, and snow, and ocean. Did I mention the snow? Yes. So it is also nighttime. I highly recommend you guys build camp. So build camp.
Are there any trees or anything that could work as some kind of shelter?
Guys, we're playing Minecraft today. No. So I would say yes. There's you guys. Ooh, I have an idea.
Is there a
roll
cave?
survival.
Roll survival.
Roll survival.
What's
That
the
is
stat for
beauty.
survival? I forget. Probably beauty.
Yeah.
That was a bad roll. Okay. 6.
Also 6.
Okay.
Well, we're dead.
No. There
Wake up,
isn't a
status
lot-
frozen.
There isn't a lot available. In terms of resource-wise, the only thing you see is snow and more snow.
We're making an igloo!
That's what I was thinking as well.
So you two look at each other and are like, yup, igloo time, let's go.
We're making an igloo. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. If you're making an igloo, then let's see.
I can pack the snow real good by punching it.
If you could explain how you make the snow, in whatever means necessary, I will maybe take it. So tell me, what stat are you using to make this igloo?
Well, it'd be tough, because it's a very physically exerting task. And,
Yeah, you gotta
for an
really
igloo,
pack
right,
the snow in there.
Yeah,
you
the
gotta,
snow has to be packed, right? So you bring it all together and you just basically punch it until it's packed, and then
And then on top of that, as you're building the igloo, as you're laying out all the snow bricks, you gotta really force them together to seal the outside, and then you gotta take the snow to cover the cracks and really pack that in there. So it's all tough.
Exactly.
Okay.
A lot of lifting, a lot of heavy lifting. Yeah.
So both of you would like to roll tough.
Yes.
Precisely.
I like how this igloo has turned into a bonding exercise between you guys.
Honestly, that's what we need right now.
Hey,
Uh,
speak for yourself.
so go ahead and roll tough, and tell me how good is this igloo.
14.
Give me a second. I'm on a very wonky table. 5. Wait, no, +3 is 8. Okay, still fail, but
Okay. I'll sum them together, so we'll do that. So 14 plus 8 is 22,
Out of 40.
which would be a mixed.
yeah.
So congratulations, you built an igloo. It ain't great, but it's honest work. So you have an
Now
igloo.
can we
It's got
pack up this igloo and take it with us in the morning?
Unfortunately not, but you have an igloo for the night. So you guys, the igloo is big enough for you two. It's a little cramped with the egg. Is the egg out or is the egg in the bag? I
The egg's in the bag. It's been in the bag.
Yeah, okay.
It never comes
Okay.
out the bag.
Great. So it's a little cramped with you two there, and your supplies and everything like that. But it's like airplane seat comfortable, if that makes any sense.
Oh, that's
Yes,
plenty.
but no. So it is also nighttime. As you guys go to bed, if you guys can start a fire, I will allow you to start a fire.
We're 10. I don't think we know how to start a fire.
Do we look like fire types?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. So
And
you
Kyle's not
guys-
burning his stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you should. I'm kidding. So it's nighttime right now. Are you guys having any conversations at this point? Again, it is end of June. It's a month. You guys have been traveling for about a day and a bit. You have seen nobody anywhere.
Kyle's
You
going
guys
to
have
sleep.
tried.
You're just gonna go to sleep?
Kyle's going to sleep. He needs his energy.
Dang, you really are laser focused on one thing at a time. I guess Ralph is kind of get himself in as much of a comfortable position as he can, and just sort of look over at Kyle and sees like Kyle's already knocked out, and he's thinking about saying something, but Kyle's already asleep, so he's just like, oh well, and then just rolls over and goes to bed.
Okay, that ends June 24th. Both of you make an
Rinse and
Arcana check.
repeat.
An Arcana check. Oh, it's now
Arcana
Smart.
is smart. All right, cool.
yes, and it's 0 now. It's just a -1. 14.
17.
Hey.
So Ralph had 14.
Kyle had 17.
Okay. Both of you have similar dreams, but they're different. Okay. Yes, we'll do this. So, Ralph, your dream is very fuzzy,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Okay.
But as you dream, you slowly see yourself walking in the snow. You're by yourself, though. You're
Okay.
walking in the snow, and you see sort of like a direction arrow pathway thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like an arrow
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah.
Okay. You see an arrow going left, right, and straight. Okay.
I'm gonna have to remember this. Okay, yes.
You see that straight immediately leads to an ocean, like about 100 feet away.
Okay.
Okay. You see it, and then there's a path to the left and a path to the right.
Okay.
Which way are you going?
So straight just puts me straight in the ocean, and then there's left or right. That's just my options, right?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna. Oh, if this is related to where my door is in the psychic world back in like Arc 0 or Arc 1, I am not gonna remember that. Just go right.
Okay. As you walk right, you're continuing to walk forward. Again, you're not seeing much of anything, but you feel like you need to walk faster.
All right, then I'm walking faster.
As you walk faster, you feel yourself needing to go faster and faster.
Then I'm running.
Okay. You're running in the snow at this point. Do you look behind you, or do you just continue to go forward? What do you?
I'm gonna be looking around, but I'm still running.
You look around, you see nothing but snow and ice, except when you look behind you. When you look behind you, you see the shadow of what appears to be some sort of dog.
A dog?
A dog. That's the best way you can describe it.
Is it? It's Terrakian. It has to be Terrakian. Can
You
I
see
get a
this
closer
dog?
look?
The dog is chasing you right now.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm just gonna keep running then.
Okay, you keep running, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everything just stops. You stop, the dog stops, the snowflakes falling stop, and you look down, and you see a slab, like a slab of stone.
This really is the Minecraft episode. Okay.
Yeah, you see a slab of stone. Sorry. You're now able to move.
Okay.
What do you do?
Does this like the slab? Does it have any writing on it, or is it just like a flat stone slab?
It has symbols on it, but nothing
Oh.
that you can understand.
Aw. What happens if like I step on the slab or like pick it up?
The moment you touch the slab, you wake up. Now,
Dang.
let us jump over to Kyle. Kyle, your dream is very clear. You see yourself, Ralph, and for some reason your egg walking behind you.
Okay.
Like your egg is bouncing behind you. Don't know how that works, but apparently that's what your dream is saying. So,
Cool.
so you see you guys going forward, and then all of a sudden you see a pathway. 3 arrows. Left, right, straight. Straight leads about 100 feet away to an ocean, so you have left and right. Which way do you go?
Kyle's gonna go left.
As you turn to the left, you see Ralph give you a salute as he goes to the right, and the egg continues to bounce forward. As you 3 split up, you see Ralph in the distance disappear, you see the egg jump off the cliff into the water and start basically swimming into the ocean farther. You, however, are going left, and as you continue to walk, you feel like you have to go faster.
Kyle's gonna like start walking faster and like kind of just look around and see what he sees.
So as you walk faster, you feel the need to go even faster as you see something chasing you.
Well, Kyle's gonna book it.
So Kyle, you start booking it as this sort of dog-like figure chases you until all of a sudden everything stops. You've stopped, the dog has stopped, the snowflakes in the sky seem to have stopped, and you see on the ground a slab.
Is there anything on this slab of stone?
I didn't say it was a slab of stone.
Is there anything? Well, what is this slab made of? Like, what is it? What's on it?
This slab seems to be made of some sort of metallic thing. Iron? Steel? You're not 100% sure.
There are no iron slabs in
it's-
Minecraft. Sad.
Shh. It's my dream.
Sorry. I'll go back to my dream.
Did I talk during your dream? No.
No, I'm sorry.
What was I gonna ask? Is there anything like written on it or etched on it or engraved?
There are, but it's in some sort of language that you can't understand.
Is this slab like on top of the ground? Is it like in the ground? Like,
It almost looks like someone just placed it in the snow. Like the snow around it is clean, and it's just plop right in there.
well, in that case, Kyle's gonna try and lift it.
The moment you touch it, you wake up. Now both of you are awake at the exact same time. It's about 7 in the morning.
Well, I didn't see Kyle in my dream, so I'm just gonna wake up, rub my head, and be like, "Man, I had the craziest dream last night."
Kyle's just gonna like Kyle just kind of to himself, just gonna think like, interesting.
You look like you're thinking over there, buddy. Did you have an experience last night too?
Kyle's just gonna kind of wave him off like, don't worry about it.
Kyle, we had something like this happen before when we had when we first got into the Crypt of the Lost. Somehow, I feel like these are connected. Unless it was just me, and in which case I guess I'm just, I don't know, had something funny before I went to bed.
Kyle's just gonna shrug and be like, if something comes up, we'll talk about it then.
Oh, okay. Wait, did you just talk to me?
He's been talking to you for at least like a day or two now.
No. He's been talking around me, but not to me.
I feel like at this point, I don't know. Oh, okay, that's up to you guys. I am all the other characters. So, speaking of all the other characters, none of them are here. But you guys are moving forward, I assume.
I mean,
Yeah,
Kyle wakes up, he starts packing his things, he starts making sure he has everything, he's getting ready to head out.
Well, I guess we have to keep going, because what else are we going to do here?
Okay. With that being said, let's see. Let me look here. Cool. So you guys pack up, break up the igloo, I assume? Or you don't need to break up the igloo. You'll leave
There's
it
no
there
reason
as
to
a
break
reminder.
it. Put so
Yeah,
much work into it.
A reminder of your hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
The question I mean to ask you, for some reason that wasn't what came out of my mouth. How fast are you traveling?
Oh, not this again. Is the belly stuff like still going to be?
It is
Yeah,
still the same as of now.
Oh boy.
So
And I assume our belly
currently-
hasn't replenished since the last fight either, right? 'Cause-
I'm going to assume that since you had full night's sleep, your belly and everything is healed.
belly max is what, 20 or 25?
25.
Okay. 25. Okay. How fast are we going?
We'll go at Ralph's pace.
Oh my god, character growth. Okay.
Okay. What is Ralph's pace?
My speed right now is 10.
Oh, so we're going at the same pace.
Wait, we have the same speed now?
Yep.
That's because, oh right, it's because I leveled up twice since we walked. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So I guess we're just gonna go at the same speed then. 10.
Okay. Are you both? You're both going at 10. You're not boosting yourselves up or anything like that.
No, I think it's just gonna be a hike.
Okay. So you guys are comfortably traveling at normal pace. Everything seems to be calm, cool, and collected. You see more snow, more ice. As you continue forward, things seem to be pretty solid. Nothing crazy.
No liquid, no gas.
No liquid, no glass, Oh, actually, there's a lot of snow, but that's more solid.
Look, everything's
There's-
solid. No liquid, no gas.
Yes, condensation. There you go. That might count. But as you guys continue to move on forward, roll something. That's a good question. What do
A
you roll?
dumb luck roll.
Seems to be my default. No. Roll investigation.
Ooh, that's also smart, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna roll that again.
16.
Also 16.
Both of you guys see the exact same thing. At this point, it's getting closer to the evening. I think if you guys are just constantly traveling, you're not really trying to waste time or anything like that. So it's been most of the day. You guys have been traveling, maybe having small talk about things that are going around you. You see weird rock formations and like ice formations and other things like that. But at this point, you guys see far off in the distance like a glint of something, but it seems peculiar to you. It's almost like something is sticking up out of the ground.
Is it like an obelisk?
From this point, you can't see it, but you notice it like it's clearly there in the distance, but it wasn't necessarily the way that you were going. Like if you just headed straight forever, you would have passed by it.
Well, how far is this thing? And is it like farther,
Um,
like inland, farther towards the coast?
You're not able to tell. You guys are currently like surrounded by inlandness.
Okay, and how far? Well, how far away is it?
Like 15, 20 minutes from like 15, 20 minutes of snow walking, I guess.
Well, Kyle's turning and heading over.
Yeah, I think we should go check it out. Because, like, what else is there to see? So,
15 to 20 minutes later, we'll just round it off and say it's 4:30 now. 15 to 20 minutes later, you see a gigantic arrow pathway thing.
ooh, does it point in a certain direction?
It points in 3 directions: to the left, to the right, and behind it. Behind it, you
Ah.
can see the extreme edge of a coast.
Ah! Where have I seen this before?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I look at Kyle, and I say, Kyle, I think now we should talk about if you had a dream last night. Because when I had a dream last night, it was like this.
Well, what did you see?
I woke up in the dream. It was all snowy. And then I saw something just like this, just like a bunch of arrow signs, and one of them was pointing left, the other one was pointing right, and the other one was pointing straight at the ocean.
Yeah,
So-
I saw you. You went right. What did you see?
Oh, you saw me? I didn't see you. I didn't see anything. I went right, and I just kept going and going and going, and then behind me, I saw the figure of like a dog, and it was chasing me, but I don't know like what it was exactly. And then as I kept going, I reached this stone slab, and it was like covered in these weird markings. And once I touched it, I woke up. So
Well, I went to the left when you went to the right, and I saw the same thing, but instead of a stone slab, it was a metal slab.
do
And
we
that-
want to split up, or do we want to go together?
We can also just set up camp for the night.
Wait, how late is it right now? Like, what's the time?
It's about
evening,
4:30.
4:30 p.m.
But
Yes.
the sun's gone down. We've established
The
this.
sun has gone down, yes.
Oh, yeah. We should probably set up camp for the night then.
So you're setting
No.
up camp in front of this obelisk-esque thing?
Yeah.
Okay. If you do so, then I need you guys to roll for igloo making thing, unless you would like to check and see if there's anything better.
Is there anything better?
I'd like to see if
Uh,
there's anything worthwhile close by.
Okay. Roll perception. Or, yeah. No, roll survival, sorry.
Survival, perception,
Survival.
they're
Same
both going to be beauty.
Same stat.
3!
18. Woo.
Kyle, you don't see much of anything, but Ralph, you see, in the distance a little bit, a cave. There you go.
Oh, I tap Kyle's shoulder. I'm like, look, a cave.
Look at that. It's a cave. Wow.
Kyle's eye just kind of go kind of wide, like, oh, nice.
Sweet. Okay.
That's convenient.
And Kyle's just going to start walking in the direction that Ralph pointed.
Okay. You 3 walk over to said cave.
You 3.
The egg included.
Yeah, I'm counting the egg. The egg is a person, I think.
Not
It's
yet,
not
it's
actually
not.
by definition. It's a Pokemon, but so you guys head on out to La Cave. Are you going to examine it or just kind of set up shop at this point, depending on the time?
Well, how deep is it? Like, how deep does it go?
Deep.
Oh. I think for the sake of not running into anything spooky, we're just gonna stay at like the mouth of the cave.
Kyle
Like,
at
I
this
don't wanna
point
go
has
deep.
Kyle at this point has like gone like a little bit into the cave, but not like super deep. Has already like put down his stuff. Is already getting ready to go to sleep.
Okay. At this point, you see inside the cave like a bunch of random odds and ends. There is enough here to make a fire if you guys would like to attempt to.
Yes, please. It'd
Okay.
be nice to be warm.
Roll fire making thing.
I guess that'd be survival probably,
Probably, yeah.
which is also just beauty. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. 12.
You make like solid embers that are
Okay.
sparking. It's like enough to warm you up. You're not particularly comfortable, but then again, you haven't been comfortable for like 2 days now, so
Yeah, I'll take what I can get,
cool.
and I guess we just go to bed.
Yep. Nappy time. You guys are sleeping at like 6, which is bonkers.
No use traveling when it's dark.
That's
That's true.
a statement. Okay. If you guys are going to sleep right now, I assume you guys are planning on waking up at normal times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cold,
Okay, and
so the body needs more sleep.
Okay. In that case, egg check.
I swear, if the egg hatches like right now.
That'd be
7.
hilarious. Okay. It happens. Can you tell me where your egg is at?
It's still in the bag because it's shown no signs of.
Well, I mean, like a number of
Oh,
numbers.
oh, 58 progress.
Okay, just making sure that we're on the same page. Yep. Yeah. So nappy time, nappy time.
No dreams?
Nice, calm, cool, and collected. No dreams. It is now the next day. That means it is now the 26th.
I was
It is a
banking on a
Saturday.
repeat dream. Ah!
It is Saturday. It's about 7 a.m. I don't know why I'm typing this. I could just write this on a sticky note and cancel it out all the time. Because you guys are going through multiple days.
Kyle wakes up, starts prepping his stuff, and starts getting ready to head out.
Great. While you're prepping your stuff, you notice that the egg is not in your bag.
What?
Oh!
What?
All right, Kyle very quickly packs his stuff, and then like looks over to Ralph and just like waves him on, like, "All right, let's go."
Did
Like, follow
it
me.
hatch or did someone take it?
Kyle very quickly, just like as he's like running out, just shrugs.
Wait, a serious question. Are there egg shells or is it just gone without a trace?
So Ralph, you look to your left, and as Kyle books it out, you see the egg has rolled up like near you.
Wait, so the egg is right there?
Yeah, the egg is right there. It has moved. It has moved from inside Kyle's bag to around Ralph.
I call my Kyle. It's right here. I guess it just moved in the middle of the night.
Kyle just like very visibly like relieved, just sighs like, and
So,
then
as
he goes back to pick up the egg too.
Okay. Both of you, as you realize at this point, as Ralph basically hands the egg over to Kyle, both of you realize that this egg almost feels like it's trying to run, like just like jogging or something like that, like moving around a lot.
Kyle at this point isn't taking any chances. He's hanging on to the egg with him.
Okay. I mean, you always have been, haven't you? I mean,
Well, instead of having the egg in his bag on his back, he is holding it like with his arms.
Like a
oh, you're doing it like Misty style.
Yeah.
All
Except, Kyle's probably like close to the size of this egg, so it's a little more awkward looking. But
Yeah. So cool. So you're holding on to the egg. As the egg, as you like walk out of the cave, the egg's like slowly calming down and relaxing, and then you feel the egg just turn back into an egg. I guess not really moving.
interesting. I'm starting to put 2 and 2 and 3 together. I think.
Great. I can't do math, so I'm not sure where you
7.
are, but applause. Okay, great. So yes. So at this point, you're leaving the cave right now. You see the obelisk. A solid distance away, but it's right there.
Ha! It's an
you see
obelisk.
the ocean to your right.
I said, ha! It's an obelisk.
It's a large thing that tells you which direction to go. It looks like an obelisk, but you can tell like there's arrows and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, which way are you going? Because you still technically haven't decided that. You can
Right.
go into the ocean. You can go take a left or take a right.
Kyle's just gonna like peer over the edge towards the ocean and see like, is it like a slope that goes down? Is it like a straight jump into the water? Are there rocks? Like, what's the
Wait,
deal
didn't we
there?
just come from that direction though? Because right behind us was the ocean.
Well, but now we're at the signpost.
Wait, this is more of a question for Anirudh. So when we
Yeah.
first, I guess, spawned in, there was ocean like right behind us, right?
Correct.
And now this obelisk is pointing forward, and there's more ocean.
Yes, everything you have said is a fact.
Okay, so at the very least, we're like on an isthmus. Worst case scenario, we're on an island. But
Big
Or a peninsula.
words. Massive words.
okay, but anyway, so
Can I
that's
point
good.
out we had like an entire 15 minutes dedicated to the word isthmus, like
it's
in a previous episode. I remember this.
I think we did, yeah.
And I remember Googling how to pronounce the word, and I don't remember how.
Here we are.
Anyway.
Guys, I hate to spoil it to you, but we actually recycle bits all the time.
It's
Yeah.
confirmed.
It's-
Ignore the th.
Really? It's just isthmus?
It's isthmus.
Okay.
Well, I
Anyway,
guess it's like a very soft th to the point where it's just
Yeah.
basically an s. Anyway.
long
All right,
story short.
let's check out the ocean.
Okay. You peer over the edge. You'd basically have to do a solid rock climbing routine to get down. Like it's possible, but it'd be easier for Ralph than Kyle, only because Ralph is now holding onto an egg right now. But even for Ralph, it'd
Kyle's
be
holding.
complicated. Yeah. Did I say Ralph? Egg. Whoever's holding an egg is going to find it more difficult because they're holding an egg.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But it's doable.
It is doable, but also pretty risky.
What if you drop it? You don't want to. What
Well,
kind of a
even
father
for
are
Ralph.
you?
Even for Ralph, it is difficult.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk it personally.
There was also the left and the right, which you each
Yeah,
went down earlier.
and I don't know what to do because
I'm gonna look at Kyle and be like, hey, this looks pretty dangerous. So I think we should probably at least check out the left and the right sides, and then come back to this if it's important.
well, in the dream, the egg went this way.
But we went the other ways, and there were these slabs, and I want to know if those slabs are there, or what happens if we touch them, or if there's something else in place of the slabs. Like I want to know what's going on there, and it seems safer.
The egg could be taking us to an item.
A good point. Well, maybe something on the slab, maybe something on the left or the right will help us.
Did you understand what was on those things on your
No.
slab?
No,
Neither did I.
but things happen in the dream world that don't necessarily happen here, right? Like when we had our last dream sequence, like we just went down this hallway, and then I think once we kind of just went in a certain direction, we just woke up. But this time, like touching the slabs. Sorry, I didn't explain that well. Let me try that again. When we last did this, we just walked down a hallway, turned left to right, and then we just woke up. When in reality, that related to the spirit world or the psychic world, and that took us to our rooms. So maybe when we go over to the slabs, that once we touch them, we wake up. They actually, I don't know, do something like maybe they'll open a bridge that takes us down there or something. I don't know. But point being, I just want to know what they do before we maybe risk our lives and the egg by climbing down this cliff.
The egg isn't.
And if they do nothing, they do nothing, and we just come back.
The egg isn't struggling at all, is it?
At this point, nah, the egg's chilling.
It's not trying to jump out of. It's not trying to jump out of my hands or anything.
Nah, if the egg could take a nap, the egg is taking a nap right now.
All right. Kyle is gonna put the egg in his bag and start climbing down.
Oh boy. I look at Kyle, I'm like, well, I guess there's no reasoning with you. I get my I start climbing down as well.
Great. What would you roll for rock climb?
Tough.
Either acrobatics or athletics.
Probably tough.
Um,
Do you know how much muscle strength you have to like rock climb? It's insane.
here is what I will do. I will allow you to pick between the two, either tough or cool, but you're rolling with disadvantage.
Oh, well, then definitely tough.
Yeah, I'll take tough.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
With
like
disadvantage. Here we go. My die keeps falling off. Okay. 16.
I rolled 2 10s.
Oh wow.
So plus 2 is 12.
Okay. I've got 13 plus 3 is 16 for one roll, and then 13 plus 3 is 16 for the other roll. We were fine.
Okay.
What are the chances
what happens.
when we roll with disadvantage, we just roll the same thing twice?
That's hilarious. Okay. Here's what happens. So both of you start climbing down this wall. The farther you get down, though, the more and more risky it is. And of course, you guys aren't professional rock climbers because you're 10-year-old kids. So it's very difficult to get from one point of the rock climbing wall to the next. Eventually, at a certain point, Kyle, you are just unable to get any farther down. No matter how you try, you're just stuck. But Ralph taking a slightly different path to not, go on top of you or anything. Ralph is able to get all the way down to the bottom. Kyle, you're more or less hanging onto the wall. You're safe. You're just not able to go any farther down. You're still about 40, 50 feet in the air.
Yikes.
Jump, I'll catch you.
It's a terrible idea. I
It's a very
know I'm the
bad
GM.
idea.
I'm the god of this world, but that's a terrible
That's
idea.
a very bad idea, yes.
Can Kyle climb up and take the path Ralph took?
For plot convenience, no. There's a meteor that smashes into it, breaking them.
More like for plot inconvenience.
Yeah.
But
You cannot, because of some reason that I'll probably make up and fill in at this point. Time. That's what I'll go with. There's too much time taken. The tide is rising. Ralph will drown. That's it. There we go.
what?
Huh?
No, really. Wait. I have to get back up there fast then.
Exactly. So by the time Kyle gets up and down again, the tide will rise to the point where Ralph.
I don't even know what I'm looking for. I wouldn't go down this
No.
path in the dream.
So,
Anyway, regardless.
So
Go ahead.
so Kyle's options are hang there, jump into the sea, throw the egg, or climb back up to the top.
You
Just sit
you also have
and
the
wait, I
option.
guess.
You also have the option of just being like, "Hey, Ralph, can you figure out what's going on?"
Right. Just sit there.
You could climb back up or just communicate from a cliff. It is up to you. Again, you are the players in this world. All I'm saying is Ralph has to get up relatively quickly.
At the bottom of this cliff, it's like, is there a shore line or is it just like rocks?
It is rocky. Like Ralph can walk on it. It's not particularly comfortable, but like jumping on it would be a bad idea.
Well, I was just wondering if like there's anywhere for Ralph to go beyond just climbing back up.
Ralph would have to climb up the path that he took down.
I'm just watching to see what you're gonna do, so
that depends on what I will tell you. So,
well,
here we go. Kyle, are you willing to trust Ralph with finding whatever is down here?
Well, Kyle's just gonna look down to Ralph with just this look on his face of just like, what? How? How do you get down there?
Just be like, Ralph's like, hey, hi.
I don't know.
Do you see anything down there?
Do I? DM.
Sure. So you are currently at the base of a rocky-ish cliff. You see around you, how do I say it? It's not sand per se. It would be whatever a beach is in the middle of the Arctic. Like, however that would work.
Rocks.
Rocky ice.
Rocky, yes. You look around. What do you see? You look around on the sand area. Don't see anything. You look into the ocean, however, and you feel this urge to go dive into it.
I look at Kyle and I say, I don't know what's going on, but I have an urge to dive into the freezing water.
Kyle can just chill on the cliff, right? Like, he's not gonna
more or less.
Alright, Kyle's just gonna nod to the water. And just like, go ahead.
Alright! I might lose a couple limbs, but I'm gonna do my best. And I guess I'm just gonna go over to the water.
Okay, this is a great idea. I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh boy.
Kyogre shows up. Surprise!
Oh wow, hi!
Ralph, as you get ready to dive into the freezing water, we will dive out of the episode. That's the end of it. Thank you very much.
Oh, what a cliffhanger. Literally.
Cliffhanger. Will Ralph freeze? Will Kyle keep a baby alive? We'll find out next time. Not as great.
I'm excited.
Yes, so that is the end of the episode. Hopefully the changes that haven't really taken effect yet will take effect in the future and make a difference. But yeah, that wraps it up. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. It's been a blast doing this for 2+ arcs. It is now time for arc 3. I don't know if we haven't named any of the arcs necessarily, but this arc might be called the Ice Arc, just cause.
The Ice.
So yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. I've been your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself.
And I've been Mansour playing Ralph.
And I've been Muhammad playing Kyle.
Thank you very much, everyone. I've been your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself.
And I've been Mansour playing Ralph.
And I've been Muhammad playing Kyle.
And until next time, take care.